Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. Hope your Tuesday is starting out fantastic, and I appreciate you joining me each morning. Whether it's live where you can comment, or the replays later on in the day, or if you're listening to the podcast. Appreciate all of you. I have Teaching Rules Cup today because it is still National Teachers Week, celebrating that all week long. But it is also National Nurses Week. National Nurses Day was yesterday, but International Nurses Day is coming up on the 12th. That was Florence Nightingale's birthday. And so that is International Nurses Day. That's on the 12th. And the 6th to the 12th each year is National Nurses Week. I wanted to give a shout out and say how much I appreciate all of the women and men that are out there in the nursing field. I have taught countless men and women in the nursing field with Reflex Protect and Active Shooter and effective communication for de-escalation classes throughout the last number of years. Those of you that know the Reflex Protect story, you know that Reflex Protect was created first for the workplace violence that goes on in the healthcare industry. If you read the articles over the last number of years about nurses getting beat up on the job, losing their job because of the physical injuries sustained while working, it's appalling. And so Reflex Protect initially was developed to help healthcare combat the workplace violence that was going on. And then branched out to schools and churches and businesses, then got into the law enforcement with the Reflex Protect Tactical Division. Now we help all of those institutions and more. We're out there all over the place. I still teach at a lot of hospitals, at a lot of healthcare clinics and facilities, helping nurses and other healthcare workers be better prepared to defend themselves if they have to. It really is appalling that these men and women who have gone into an occupation to help people are getting beat up and hurt and sometimes even killed. Yes, sometimes even killed on the job. And so it's so important to recognize them and thank them for what they're doing. I had a hospital one time, a big network of hospitals. They called me and ordered Reflex Protect after someone had been killed. I wish they would have called me before that happened, and maybe that person could have defended themselves and prevented that. But the important thing is we need to recognize the hard work that they are doing and the difference they are making. This year's theme for National Nurses Week, nurses make the difference. And they do. Now, you probably have seen a nurse or two in your lifetime. All of us that have gone to doctors and healthcare have, right? And some of those nurses go above and beyond. I know I've had nurses that were fantastic. So just wanted to give a shout out to them today on Coffee with Alain and say how much they're appreciated. Now, if you are a nurse, you can go online, and there are a lot of places where you can get some freebies and some discounts this week. Some of them were only yesterday for National Nurses Day on the 6th. Some of them are all week long until the 12th, which is International Nurses Day. Want to say good morning to Jay and Vicky for being here. Appreciate you guys. And Jay was saying right on. Yep, we got to appreciate those nurses. And Dixon says, nurses and teachers got to share. Exactly. I mean, it's teacher week, it's nurses week. Two occupations that are extremely difficult, that require the people doing those jobs to often do more work than as humanly possible, it almost seems, and do so underpaid, understaffed, underappreciated sometimes, and subjected to violence that they never expected they would encounter on the job. That's why they became teachers and nurses. And that's why yesterday's show on teachers, today's show on nurses, I have to give the shout out and the kudos and the compliments and the huge thank you to both of those occupations. And they just happen to be two big groups that I work with Reflex Protect. You know, I was a teacher in different capacities, talked about that yesterday. My wife is a teacher. She's at school right now. But when you look at the people that I have helped with Reflex Protect, hospitals and schools, probably the two largest groups. And those were the two first groups. You know, I'm going to be teaching a couple classes to the city, a couple classes to the county, a couple classes to public healthcare. So we're back into nurses and people there, you know, coming up. Literally hundreds and hundreds of people. I'm going to be teaching here real soon in the next couple months. But by far, healthcare and then schools are the two largest groups that I have been teaching Reflex Protect classes, active shooter classes, and effective communication dealing with potential violence, de-escalation strategies. By far, healthcare and schools are the two largest groups Reflex Protect has helped and that I've helped with those classes. And so I appreciate the people in those industries so much. And I've worked with so many. And it is appalling that they even need the training that I provide, because they are in occupations to help people, never expecting that they would be victims of violence in that chosen occupation. Want to say good morning to Gary. He's saying hello from Florida. I appreciate you being on here, Gary. Thank you for saying hello. But that's what I wanted to share today. I just wanted to give a shout out to nurses. National Nurses Week. If you know someone who is in that field, congratulate them. Thank them. Maybe buy them a cup of coffee. You know, a lot of the things I said yesterday that we can appreciate teachers, we can do that to appreciate nurses as well. You have a favorite nurse that maybe you visit regularly because you have a relationship with your doctor and the doctor staff and nurses. Maybe send them an email, say thank you. Maybe stop by and drop off a coffee gift card or send them a coffee through DoorDash or something. If you are a nurse, thank you very much. And I hope that you are appreciated this week and every week. Maybe I'll get a chance to say hi when I'm out there on the road training, because I do go to a lot of healthcare organizations and train a lot of nurses, and I have met a lot of fantastic people doing so. That's what I got for you today, everyone. Go out, make it a terrific Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow.